Hello everybody, welcome to another video, and if you are brand new to iRacing, welcome. You're probably going to find yourself in these things, the global Mazda MX-5. So we are here at Okayama. I'm on my other account. We're starting at the back in this one, and we're going to try and see how far we can push forward during the race. Now, I will say from the outset, it's all about choosing your battles wisely. Never enter a battle that you're not going to win is my advice. So it's just a short 10-lap race. Let's get into it. Right, here we go then, starting right at the back. So we've put a couple of slow qualifying laps in just to help with the safety rating. But I can't demonstrate this if I qualify right up the front. So we're starting towards the back for today, and it's all about, as I mentioned, choosing your battles wisely. Identifying who wants it more than you do. So here we go. So probably the first lap, we'll just see what happens. See if we can gain a couple of positions without having to work for them. So number 11 car there, I'm watching him straight away. He's up for it. This guy on my left doesn't really want any of it. He's probably going to give me this. Looks like he's in it for the safety rating. So watching that car going wide there. Yeah, these guys want it in front, so we're going to have to watch this car number 11 because he wants it real bad. So we'll try and just ease off a little bit. We're going to have to watch that guy. So that's a battle that I'm going to have to know before I enter it that I'm going to win it. But we should be able to make that guy overdrive and outbrake himself. We can't really do anything at this point, so we'll just sit tight. See if we can pick up any pieces, if anything happens in front. He's trying, he's pushing. I don't think it's going to end well for that guy. Just show him our nose. We're not going to go for it. He's taking no prisoners, that's for certain. I'm sure we'll meet up with Justin once again in a few laps' time. So we'll just try and get by the number 1 car if we can. Try and get a better exit out of here than him, which we have. So we should be able to slip up the inside into turn number 1 and get that done. The battle in the head, so we're going to have to watch for that. So we need them to spread out a little bit really, just to make our job a little bit easier. Number 11 cars forcing his way up the inside. Took that guy out. So it's all about identifying where they're strong and where they're weak, and then trying to make sure that you nail the corners where they're weak. So he's going to force his way past Juiced, I'm sure. There's a man on a mission. But at this point, there's not a great deal we can do. So we'll just sit behind. And that's a battle that you don't want to go into unless you can win it. So we're up the inside there. It depends whether he's going to turn in on us or not. But we'll... nearly a 2 for 1. Yeah, Justin gives us a little 4x there, but it's all about making progress. So we had to go for it there. Yeah, we'd like to be safe every race, but if we're battling for position, then it doesn't always happen, does it? Right, we'll try the same with Juan. Looks like Juan's going to defend this one. little bit deep into there, forced him a little bit wide. But that's racing. Right, try and push on a little bit now. We've got Used in front of us. So this is where you can pick up quite a bit of time here at Okayama, around that turn. People get a little bit greedy and dive in too deep on the brakes there. It's really easy to outbrake yourself there and at the end of the straight. So that's what I'm watching for at this point. I can see in the rear view mirror that Justin is trying to make ground on that guy directly behind me. So I'm watching for that one, see how that pans out. Try and get a better exit if we can. Yeah, we've got the inside line. We'll brake a little bit later here, just to get the job done, and we did. So I think that's us up to P4, I believe. So these guys are battling hard in front, so we're going to have to watch for these now. These aren't going to want to give it up. This is at the sharp end, where everybody's engaged the red mist. Oh, he got a bad run out of there, did Wolfgang. He's going defensive. Can't really do anything right now. I had to back out there because it would have chopped my nose off, but I'm confident we should be able to get him pretty soon. He'll probably outbrake himself here. Maybe try and outbrake me into this turn, so we'll just brake a little bit earlier and try the old switchback. There we go. So I'm going to have to defend this all the way up here now. It's going to get nice and tight all the way up. He's going to have to go wide, he's going to have to try and go round me. But as long as we don't outbrake ourselves and hold a nice tight line, there's no way around the outside right there. So that's us up to P3. So we'll try something similar with these guys if we can. Just try and think about the exit. But again, this is for the win, these two guys. So they're not going to want to give it up. So we're just going to see where they are strong. And if they are susceptible to a little bit of pressure being applied. See if we can get them to overdrive a little bit, maybe outbrake themselves. Oh, so that's one gone. Don't need to worry about Clayton. He's thrown himself off. So it's just Julian now. A little bit loose around there, but we'll get the power on early, get a decent exit. Right, hopefully Julian now is looking in his mirror and checking his relative. We're right behind him. So we'll just try and brake a little bit earlier, try and think about a good exit to the turns. We've got one there, we can slip in behind him here, get the draft all the way up. Hopefully we can pull away from Wolfgang. We've got a back marker coming up as well, so that's what we're going to have to bear in mind now as well. So he's giving me a bit of space there, so he's obviously wants a nice clean race, this guy, by the look of it. It would appear. He did seem to give me space there, so that does give me a little bit of confidence. I'm going for the move. So he likes to shut the door there, so we'll just keep an eye on that for the next time round. So the pressure's on him now. He's pushing. Try and push me over here now. He's probably going to try and outbrake me, so I'll brake a little bit earlier just to make sure I can make the turn. And he's pushing me off wide there, but that's racing. That's what I said earlier on. Goes both ways. So we'll regroup, try again. Now we've got company from Wolfgang. Right, have we got the inside? Yes, we have. Is he going to squeeze me on the grass? Let's see. He's trying. He's trying. But no way he's going to hold it around the outside there. And that's us into P1. So we've just got a few laps now to try and hold it. See if we can pull away from the guy in P2. We've got this back marker to consider now. Pulling away, a nice gap now, second gap. So hopefully within another half a lap we should get him out of our draft, hopefully. Especially if we can get the draft off this back marker. We still not got rid of him yet. Hopefully this guy's going to play ball and let us through. Let's see. It wouldn't appear that he's going to. Oh, I did. You're a gentleman. That's how it should be done. Didn't compromise his own lap time really there, but moved aside when it was safe to do so. Good driving. And that means we've got Wolfgang out of our draft now, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can bring home the win. It's a shame about the 4X, but that's what happens when everybody's bunched up at tracks such as this, and if people can't control themselves, and that's who you need to be wary of, the guys that allow the red mist to descend and don't remain calm in those kind of situations. You've got to realise sometimes there's nowhere to go. You can't move forward, you can't gain any positions, so just try and consolidate what you have, and then regroup and wait for the next opportunity, which we did a couple of times in this race. I do love the Mazda though. I forget just how fun this little car is when I haven't driven it for a while, which I haven't. good fun. So we still have a rookie license at the moment, so we're not bothered about iRating really. So wherever we finish in this race isn't going to affect our iRating. So it didn't really matter whether we came first or second. And if Wolfgang, for example, was battling hard and there was potential for us coming together and wrecking out, then I would quite happily settle for second place than crash and get nothing. Sometimes you've got to take what you can get, think about what the best result is based on what's going on around, and then just take that, and then there's always the next one. But thankfully in this one it all kind of panned out the way we wanted it to. Especially in the rookie class, just above, people do tend to outbrake themselves a little bit, and it's very, very important for yourself to remain disciplined and get a few laps under your belt. Know where the braking markers are that you're happy with, and try and stick to those in a race really, unless you are going for a move up the inside on the last couple of laps. But if you want to make progress on the guys in front, just try and stick to the braking markers that you're comfortable with, and you will slowly pick your way up the field. So we've got one more lap to go. Pulled out a nice gap now on P2. Something must have happened with Julian and Wolfgang, or Wolfgang and somebody else. Of course, Wolfgang's dropped right back now. He was in second position, I think. So just remember to never enter a battle that you don't think you're going to win. That's pretty much sums up how you progress. Don't enter a battle that you're not going to win. Just wait for them to make a mistake, because if they are aggressive, and you saw that in this race, a couple of cars were really aggressive and they just made some mistakes, make contact with other cars, slow themselves down. In the first part of the race, that's all you're doing really, is grasping any opportunity that comes your way. If somebody makes a mistake, somebody goes off, somebody hits another car, slows down, then you're going to be there in a position where you can capitalise and take that. But then towards the back end of the race, when the grid thins out, then that's when you can get your elbows out and make some moves, which we did there. And we forced one guy wide a little bit. We got a 0x, and then I don't know if it was the same guy that did it to us, but we got forced wide, and that's fine. 0x. It's racing after all. So treading a little paint isn't a bad thing, necessarily. So there we go. 10 laps, Okayama. Started at the back. Got the win. Some good overtakes in there, some good battles. I really enjoyed that one. As I said, the Mazda, so much fun. There we go. So there we go, it can be done from the back to the front at Okayama. Just try and remember to choose your battles wisely. Try and remain disciplined. Think about your braking points, because people will outbrake themselves as the red mist starts to descend. So hopefully this might be useful to you in some way. So thanks for watching. See you later. Cheers.